People with psychopathic friends? Why are you friends with them? My best friend Annie can turn her emotions on and off like a light switch. I've known her since we were 10, and I've watched her charm teachers, manipulate boyfriends, and talk her way out of a shoplifting charge at Target with a smile that never reached her eyes. The first time I realized something was different about Annie was during our 8th grade field trip. Our classmate Jessica fell and broke her arm in 2 places. While everyone panicked, Annie calmly walked over, examined the clearly deformed limb, and said, "That looks fascinating." No disgust, no sympathy, just clinical interest. When Jessica started crying harder, Annie immediately switched, kneeling down, voice trembling perfectly as she comforted her. On the bus ride home, Annie whispered to me, "Did I do the sympathy thing right? I was watching how Mrs. Peterson reacted to copy her face." By high school, Annie had perfected her mask. She was homecoming queen, student council president, and everyone's confidant. Behind closed doors, she'd describe people like they were characters in a video game, mapping out their weaknesses, predicting their reactions, calculating how to use them. My mom found Annie's notebook once. It had detailed profiles of everyone in our grade, their insecurities, family problems, who they had crushes on. Under my name, it said, "Loyal to a fault, doesn't judge, knows too much." Mom wanted me to end the friendship immediately. Instead, I confronted Annie at Wendy's over Frosties. She didn't deny anything. "I was born without the wiring other people have," she explained, dipping a fry in her chocolate shake. "My therapist calls it ASPD with psychopathic tendencies. I don't naturally care about people, but I've learned how to act like I do." What she said next changed everything. "Except with you, I don't have to calculate anything with you. It's restful." Senior year, my boyfriend cheated on me with my cousin. While I sobbed in Annie's basement, she quietly asked, "Do you want me to fix this?" Something in her voice made me look up. "What does fix mean?" I asked. She shrugged. "Whatever you want it to mean." That's when I understood the power I held. Annie would do anything I asked without moral hesitation. She'd ruin lives if I gave the word. The scary part, for a moment, I wanted her to. Instead, I asked, "What would you do if I wasn't here to stop you?" She looked at her hands for a long time before answering. "Bad things. I've come close before." 2 years ago, Annie saved my little brother's life when he had an allergic reaction at a barbecue. She performed an emergency tracheotomy with a pocket knife and a ballpoint pen, while everyone else froze in panic. The paramedic said he'd never seen such a perfect procedure from a civilian. Later at the hospital, I found her in the bathroom practicing facial expressions in the mirror. Concern, relief, appropriate happiness. When she saw me watching, she dropped the act entirely. Her face went completely neutral. "How'd I do out there?" she asked flatly. People always ask why I stay friends with Annie. They see the calculated charm, the 2 perfect responses, the way her smile disappears when she thinks no one's watching. What they don't see is her showing up at my door at 3 a.m. when my dad died, silently sitting beside me all night because she'd researched that presence helps with grief, even when you don't know what to say. They don't see her meticulously following a moral code she created because she doesn't have natural empathy to guide her. They don't see how exhausting it is for her to manually process every social interaction that comes effortlessly to the rest of us. Last month, Annie called me panicking from a date. "He says I'm being weird. I can't figure out what expression to make. Help." I talked her through it until her breathing steadied. Before hanging up, she whispered, "Sometimes I think you're the only reason I stay human. People think I'm Annie's friend despite knowing what she is. The truth is, I'm her friend because I know what she could become without someone who sees her completely and stays anyway."